हिटलर के साथी, जनाजों के बाराती, ये हिटलर के साथी, जनाजों के बाराती, इनकी सूरत को पहचानो भाई, इनसे संभल के रहना रे भाई, इनकी सूरत को पहचानो भाई, इनसे संभल के रहना रे भाई, इनकी सूरत को पहचानो भाई, इनसे संभल के रहना रे भाई। ए गलती करोगे, आहे भरोगे, जालिम का जमाना झेलेगा भाई। हाँ, चोर छितर बैठे हैं भाई, बड़े सिटर बैठे हैं भाई, चोर छितर बैठे हैं भाई।
There's certain kind of credibility associated with this place. So at the helm of it, there should be a person who should be a visionary, whom we can look up to, not just as an administrator, because an administrator's post is also as a director's. So when we're talking about somebody like a chairman, he should be somebody whom we can admire, look up to, and can also, like, you know, streamline this place if people are saying that, you know, this place has lost its glory in the past years. So somebody who can actually do that, keeping in mind the academics, keeping in mind the changing times of cinema.
If I say you Anantamurthy, you will not ask me who you Anantamurthy. If I say Ritvik Ghatak, you will not ask me who Ritvik Ghatak, how long he's been making films, what kind of films he's made. You will not ask me this question. If I say Girish Karnad is a award-winning mathematician also, apart from being a filmmaker and a theatre activist. Okay, so with these names, now look at the three words: credibility, capability, and credential. And then I say Gajendra Chauhan.
We have to look for Gajendra Chauhan over the net. We were asking people in Bombay, like, what has this person done? Is he associated with any academic institution? Like, what is the driving force for the post of the chairman of the institute? So it's different. Ideology is something which could be very specific to the person.
Correct.
But when it becomes the ultimate driving force for the person to be appointed somewhere, then it should be questioned.
Over the past 10 days, students of India's oldest institute for film and television studies are on strike. They are protesting the appointment of television actor and BJP worker Gajendra Chauhan as the president of FTII's governing council and chairman of FTII society. Behind the posters and graffiti painted on the walls of the campus is a sense of disappointment and anger. The students say the appointment is part of a series of steps to change the identity and very ethos of FTII.
Do you think of, you know, absolutely stopping classes and, you know, this kind of way to make your point felt? Do you agree with it completely?
Yeah, I completely agree with it, but at the same time, I know that there's no other option. We are left with no other option but to protest. It has been happening in every institution, and FTA is a very small institution for that matter. And in every other institution it happened, and they could do it easily, but not in FTII. And they have left us with no option but to strike. We don't want this. There are already backlogs happening. We don't want to give the prime of youth here, 4 or 5 years here, for a 3 years course, no. But we are forced to do so. We are forced to strike. There's no other option.
It is not just Gajendra Chauhan's appointment that has raised the students' hackles. The newly constituted governing council that oversees the functioning of the institute has 4 members with acknowledged right-wing political leanings. As news came in of the strike at the campus, support has poured in from across the country. The alumni community has offered unconditional support to the students. They say that the appointments reflect a lack of understanding of what the institute is all about.
See, अनगा गहसास तो बोलती है कि हम तो 100% RSS हैं और उसमें I'm proud of it. ठीक है, आप अच्छा है. But look at the work she has done. She has done a documentary film on Nanaji Deshmukh, who's one of the stalwarts of RSS, and then she has done a film on Ram Janmabhoomi, Astha se Adalat tak. You have to see that film to actually say how it is used to say कि अभी हमको ये दे दो, ये राम मंदिर के लिए हमको जगह दे दो, आपका रोल ख़त्म. So ऐसे लोग आ रहे हैं, ऊपर से स्टेटमेंट कर रहे हैं हम इनको नेशनलिज्म सिखाएंगे और स्टूडेंट यहाँ पे आलसी है. ये जो टॉलरेंस का जो एक स्पेक्ट्रम, जो नैरो बैंड विड्थ में ये लोग काम कर रहे हैं, अब ये हमको नेशनलिज्म सिखाएंगे. अब यहाँ देखो तो नेशनलिज्म है, यहाँ देखो तो नॉन एंटी नेशनल है। इस बैंडविड्थ में काम होगा या किस तरह से होगा?
यहाँ अगर इतने बड़े बड़े भगत हैं, बड़े बड़े लोगों के, जिन्होंने अमरता प्राप्त की है और बुनवेल 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 करके घूम रहे हैं, अब अचानक एक छोटा मोटा गजेंद्र आ गया जो कि मतलब मेंढक के साइज़ का होएगा, तो इसका नाम मुंह पे लेते हुए लोगों को बहुत अटपटा लगेगा। यार हम लोग इतने बड़े बड़े मतलब देवी देवताओं के भगत हैं, उनके चरणों पे, अभी ये इतना छोटा मोटा गजेंद्र इसका नाम लेके क्या करेंगे?
Established as Film Institute of India in 1960 on the erstwhile Prabhat Studio premises at Pune, FTII boasts of a rich legacy of contribution to Indian cinema. The institute was renamed in 1971 after the television wing, earlier located at New Delhi, was shifted to Pune, bringing together film and television studies under a common roof. The institute has been headed by Ritwik Ghatak, U. Ananthamurthy, Shyam Benegal and Saeed Mirza, to name a few. The gates of FTII has seen the likes of Mani Kaul, Kamal Swaroop, Santosh Sivan, Vikas Sivaraman and Oscar winner Rasool Pukurti graduate from here.
Obviously there is a very big legacy to this place. But that legacy, this place itself, when you come over here, and even before, not maybe I wouldn't have realized it before, but after coming over here, you realize that legacy always stands second to the art itself. And which is why I respect this place even more. That the art over here is always the first. And I've come here to learn about filmmaking, to learn filmmaking. More than that, I've come here to understand the way of my expression. I realize that it is a medium of film. So now the way I want to express it through it. And legacy then comes कि हाँ ये भी यहाँ पढ़े हैं, वो भी यहाँ पढ़े हैं, ये उन्होंने दिए हैं, ये FTI ने इस world में दिए हैं. But it always comes second.
In the last 20 years, there are a lot of people who have made it big, nationally and internationally. Is it that people have the lack of knowledge because they don't keep a tap about who is coming out, and nobody is expecting them to until it's become important for them. Like today, it has become important for them to know that after so-called, if Gajendra Chauhan is saying that, you know, after Rajkumar Hirani, nobody's come out. Rajkumar Hirani passed like 30 years ago. So, you know, then we'll host a lot of people, you know, come out. And why do you associate with, you know, a director coming out or an actor coming out? There are so many technicians who work in Bombay industry, so many technicians who are working elsewhere, and they are adding to the industry because they are technically skilled, and they are technically skilled for this place. And when we talk about credentials, somebody who has a certain kind of body of work. We're not questioning what kind of work he did, but it is important when you're coming here because we are looking up to him, right? So there's nothing about a real and a real life. Your real life will only, you know, make you qualified for a place like a FTII, which is a film institute, you know.
Talks are on to resolve the deadlock, and the Information and Broadcasting Ministry has invited the students for a dialogue. But with the FTII's history of strikes that go on for months, and the hard stand taken by the students on the one hand, and the Modi government's reputation of not backing down on the other, it may be a long while before things are back to normal here.